Welcome to Mighty Married Moms. Join us at our kitchen table twice a week as the Mighty Married Moms, Debbie, Linda, Wendy,
invite spectacular guests to weigh in on staying sexy, vibrant, and healthy,
building marriages with soul-satisfying connection, raising happy, healthy, successful kids. Conversations with Mighty Married Moms will bring you closer to the life you really want. Episode 100. Today's show is brought to you by Deborah C. Owen, Family and Life Coach at youcanraisegreatkids.com. If you are tired of worrying about the choices your kid is making, or tired of the stress of constantly arguing with your kids or them arguing with each other, then don't wait until you are truly desperate. Get the help you and your family need and deserve today. Connect with your kids with calm compassion. Call Deborah Owen at 978-835-4354.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Linda from All Well Breaks Loose.
I'm Debbie from youcanraisegreatkids.com.
And I'm Wendy from connectagain.org.
And we just had a fantastic conversation with Jannette Elliffe, who is a health coach for Food for Inner Health, food, the number 4, innerhealth.com. Yep. She's a graduate of the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. She is a chef and very knowledgeable about food, what needs to go into your body, and
great stuff.
Just great to listen to her accent.
Yeah.
Just listen to her for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
She does have a bit of an Irish brogue, so make sure you tune
wonderful.
in.
Yeah.
Tune in. What I found really interesting was the fact that I was like going, I wish I was raised on a farm in Ireland, a dairy farm with my own vegetables, my own meat, my own eggs and chicken and fish, maybe not fish, but eggs and dairy products. And it was just like I could just see myself. I was drifting off. And then she said she just was plagued with asthmatic problems. And at the age of 16, how smart was this, that she started to do her own research. And she said, Mom, dairy products might be playing a role in my asthma. I'm going to give them up. And her mother, the dairy farmer, said, what? That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But she felt significantly better.
So you got to figure out what it is that's affecting you.
And what's right for your body.
Yeah.
Everybody's body is different.
Yeah, and I was like, it's such a perfect diet. Perfect food.
It would be for many people.
Right. But if you've got a sensitivity to it, not such a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally. Yeah.
And I would be very sad. We just discussed this off camera. I would be very sad if I had to give up dairy.
I know. Me too.
So
I don't drink milk. I guess I should say if I have coffee, I like cappuccino, so I have a little foamed milk there. But other than that, I don't drink milk. But cheese,
ice cream.
Yeah. Definitely. But you don't have these asthmatic problems either.
I don't have these asthmatic problems, and everybody's body is different. It's one thing that we learn in the Institute for Integrative Nutrition is bioindividuality, as we call it. So what works for one doesn't work for all, and as Jannette said, it changes as you get older too. As you get older, your body changes and your dietary needs definitely change. Certainly none of us have noticed that yet, however, but
right.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
I wish.
I can still eat everything I want and stay thin.
Sure.
Yeah. So it definitely changes as you get older. I definitely had a lot of allergies as a kid, or I shouldn't say I had seasonal allergies.
Yeah,
hay fever.
I had hay fever
pretty
stuff.
badly. I had it. I would really get puppy eyes, and I don't anymore. Although I do make sure that I get a daily dose of antioxidants, and I do try to keep my omega-3 and omega-6 ratios in check. And we talked about that with Jannette as well.
Can you review that again? Omega-3 and omega-6. Tell me again.
So omega-6s are in most all of your processed food contains omega-6. So that's why we are overloaded with omega-6s, and they are inflammatory. So they are creating an inflammatory response in your body. Omega-3s are anti-inflammatory, and we are getting very little omega-3 because a few things is the best source of omega-3 is really in fish, but we can't eat a lot of fish because they're polluted with mercury and PCBs, right? So we have to be careful about our fish, and we're also eating grain-fed cattle. If you're not eating grass-fed meat, you're eating grain-fed, and so there's no omega-3s there. The whole benefit of meat is the not the whole benefit, but one of the big benefits is omega-3s, but we're not getting that anymore because we're not feeding them the proper diet. So we're not getting that. So the average American's ratio, and don't quote me on this, but it's approximately this, it's about 15 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3. So we got 15
bad things
to one good. So
It's like good fats and bad fats.
yeah. So bad inflammatories and good anti-inflammatories, and our ratio should be, the ideal is 2 to 1.
Okay.
So
2 bads to 1 good.
yeah, so
Really?
that's, and as Jannette said, you need that inflammatory response, right? If you cut yourself or whatever, your body needs to go whoosh and protect you, but you don't want your body in this urgent mode or constant mode all the time.
Emergency.
Well, it's
Right.
like constant state of stress. It's the same
Constant
kind of thing.
state of
Yeah.
stress, exactly.
I will say I had hay fever quite a lot, and I still have it occasionally because I am still allergic to pollen, and I am allergic to, is it hay? I think that's what they feed horses. I know our daughter was doing horseback riding lessons for a long time, and I would go to the barn to watch, and anytime they would go to feed the horses, I would just... I was miserable.
Oh, wow.
Which was too bad because I wanted to help, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, for the most part, even though I got allergy injections for years growing up,
Yep.
what I ended up doing about 15 years ago was, maybe even 12 years ago, I started taking omega-3s, and I was doing it because I was kind of going through a little bit of a lower time in my life, and I know omega-3 can kind of help you... what's the word I'm looking for?
Stabilize your mood?
Yeah, stabilize your mood a little bit. And the side benefit was my allergies went about 90% better.
Wow.
Huge difference. Huge difference.
So your body was under this constant histamine release.
And so the omega-3, which is an anti-inflammatory,
Yes.
it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Really almost complete, except for the horses and the hay, almost completely resolved my seasonal allergies, which was great.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I have to say, if I were going to say there's one supplement that you should take,
It's omega-3.
if you were going to choose one, it would be omega-3.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'd be the most important thing you should take every day.
So I do. I take one almost every single day.
That's amazing. And one of the things that she said that it just didn't register until she said it was that the skin, I know it's the largest organ in the body. That's often a health quiz. What's
Yeah.
the largest organ? People say the liver. No, it's the skin.
Okay.
But she said it's the largest detoxifying
That
agent
was interesting too. I
organ
never
in
thought
the
of
body
that.
too. So that the skin is such a it shows a lot about how healthy we are by the nature and quality of our skin, and for
Absolutely.
kids with the eczema or the I was going to ask her. I didn't ask her. It's more of a connective tissue. Have you ever heard of Sjogren's syndrome?
Yep.
SJO. So I have a couple of family members who have that, and it's very, very uncomfortable, very, very painful. Like no tears are generated, and very, very dry, tough skin. I was wondering if there was some sort of a nutritional component to that. But anyway, for the regular skin, issues that people come up with, that how diet can be, much better than taking the pills or the potions.
Yeah.
Or even if you feel you need the pills or the potions, what she's saying, which is true, is your skin is telling you there's a problem.
Yeah.
It's not just...
It's a great
not
indicator.
something separate from your body. It's not like, I have a problem on my skin that has nothing to do with my inner, what's going on inside my body. It has everything to do with it, and the skin just happens to be that place where the toxins are coming out.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's just
really
showing up. It's showing up on your skin. So it's definitely a warning that something needs to go on, and you need to investigate that on a deeper level from the inside out, really.
The other thing that I made a note about too, which I thought was really interesting, she pointed out that, say, for instance, a Russian eating a Japanese diet, because you say, the Japanese, they're very
Lower
few,
heart attack
right,
rate.
they're not overweight so much and everything. But she said a Russian eating a Japanese diet just probably won't work because their environment, because of the way they're brought up,
constitution,
their DNA. I mean, just everything would be different. That was so interesting. I had never thought of that before.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what we hear is, the people who live along the Mediterranean, their diet is so good for them. Well, should we all be eating a Mediterranean diet?
Right,
Well, maybe it would work for some and not for others.
Right.
Exactly.
Depending on our
Exactly.
cultural
absolutely.
heritage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it said that people from Asian cultures, that this was a story that was relayed to me about these people that say that they have two stomachs. One stomach for regular food and one stomach for rice. And if you don't have rice with every single meal, they haven't eaten. They feel completely famished. And until they actually get rice. So I don't know how true my Asian friends would say that is, but I've heard it more than once that there's just something really important about the rice. And so for me, I haven't had rice in 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, grain in and of itself is a good thing to have in your diet. The problem with Americans is we overeat grain, and we eat processed grains. But grains, whole grains are good, and whole grains can add a lot of fiber to your diet. We don't get enough fiber in our diet. They can add if you were going to try to get all the fiber that you need, if you were just going to eat vegetables, you would have to eat piles and piles and piles of vegetables. You would. You can't get enough fiber without the grain. So you need the whole grain. It's very important. It's just we don't need the processed stuff. We need real food, real actual grains.
Like we said, with 1 or 2 ingredients.
Yeah, so what is that? Like you take a wheat stalk and just like scrape it off in your plate and eat that? Is that what you're saying? Whole grain?
No.
Okay, well what is whole grain?
No, Wendy.
What does it look like at the grocery store?
Pushing back a little.
What does the whole grain look like at the grocery store?
Oh, wild rice. There's steel cut oats rather than your processed rolled oats. There's all kinds there's sprouted grains you can find now. You can have bread that tastes delicious. I really am a big believer in Ezekiel bread.
I was just going to say Ezekiel bread. My daughter
bread,
brought
which you have to find in the freezer.
It's in the freezer.
In the freezer, and it's great because I had stopped eating bread altogether until I discovered it, and I don't go crazy with it. But it's amazing. It's sprouted grains and all the grains together, and the lentils and things that you wouldn't know are in there, and you wouldn't believe in a minute that it was flourless. But they make a complete protein equal to that of an egg. So it's a great source of protein.
Oh, good. I'm glad I talked to you about this because my daughter brought it home and she said, this is really good for you. And she didn't explain why, and I didn't question it. I just said, okay, because I want to eat bread.
She is a nurse, your daughter.
Well, not yet, but she's working on it.
Yeah.
So that explains why. It's because of all the other I would never guess that it has no wheat in it. That's good to know.
It has sprouted wheat. Sprouted wheat. Sprouted wheat. So
no flour.
No flour. That's flour.
Yeah.
No flour.
So it's gluten free then? No?
Well, I don't know. Sprouted wheat. So it depends on your gluten sensitivity, I guess. If you are celiac, you might still have an issue with it. But most people don't have an issue with it. It's a great way to get bread in. That's good. They even make hamburger buns.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
English muffins, hamburger buns, they make regular.
And so you put your veggie burger in there, right? But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I know I have to have a veggie burger.
You can have, bison. Bison, I understand, is really good for you. Ground bison.
Yeah, it's
a little
good,
scary.
actually. No, it's very good.
Is it good?
It's tasty. Yeah, it's very tasty. I mean, the thing is that you want to eat, if you're going to have animal meat, you want it to be as a chicken pasture raised and as, your beef grass-fed. Okay. So, you...
And also, she advised having the dark meat of the chicken. I was like, if she says you can have chicken skin, I was going to jump through the screen and kiss her.
I think you can have chicken skin.
Really?
Absolutely.
I'm excited. It's such a taboo thing, those things. The skin on the Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, fat doesn't make you fat. As she said, we're eating way too much lean, taking the skin off and, removing the meat and having just the breast meat. And we don't need to be doing that.
Really?
It's so good for you. Absolutely. You don't want to eat... If you eat
gobs of it,
and you don't eat a lot of vegetables, then you've got a problem. You're going to have too much saturated fat and no way for your body to process it and get out, what it needs to. That's not a good situation either. But saturated fat in and of itself is not bad. It's not a bad thing. Our brain is 60% fat. We need fat. We need fat to feed our brain, particularly omega-3s. So again, supplement every day. Yeah, because...
what oil has omega-3 in it? Like what oil can you cook with that would help?
Flaxseed oil is a really good omega-3 source.
All right.
And I have a friend who she gets her ankles get really dry and cracked, and she was feeling kind of just lethargic. She started putting flaxseed oil in smoothies every day. Feet are smooth. Feels energetic.
Smooth feet, she said?
Smooth feet.
Right.
None of those cracked, dry flaxseed oil. It's a great thing to add.
All right,
and I think for kids, we were talking about,
kids.
Right, how do you get your kids to eat better?
I love what she said, Jannette said about that. Why didn't I ever think about that? You don't say to a kid, eat this. You just eat in front of them and tempt them. Like, what are you eating, Mom? I love that idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where I've been.
Well, and it's great. There's great cookbooks out there now too that sneak food into. Like there's like putting squashes and things into your
spaghetti sauce.
Yeah, spaghetti sauce, right, and putting it on. They don't know because when they start eating more nutrient dense food, they start craving it. When you eat bad, you are what you eat. So if you eat crap, you crave more. Yeah, you feel bad, but you crave more. When you stop eating it, you start craving the good stuff. And another thing that I've always done with my kids, I can't get too crazy because they're like, what did you put in that? But I sort of was always like, chocolate milkshakes are better than vanilla, because you can hide more in chocolate and you can't really see it. So putting a little bit of avocado in a milkshake is great. It doesn't really taste different, because avocado doesn't really have a lot of flavor. It's
what my
bland.
mom used to put into our morning breakfast? She would, so probably instant breakfast isn't the most healthy thing, but she wanted us to have some food before we ran out the door to the bus. So she would make instant breakfast, throw in a little bit of ice cream, get a little bit of the dairy, and she'd throw in an egg.
Oh, and nobody knew.
No, we had figured it out eventually. But yeah, she would make that for us, and while we were getting out of the shower, she would come and she'd give it to us. Yeah. That was our breakfast.
Yeah.
And
it's like an egg cream.
Yeah, something like
better
that.
For you.
Something like that.
Raw egg thrown in is awesome. You really can't.
As long as
really
it's
taste
fresh.
it. As long as it's pasture raised.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't do it with. I wouldn't do it with other eggs personally, because
it also needs to be fresh.
And it needs to be fresh egg, of course, absolutely. But you can buy pasture raised in the grocery store and bring them home. You can. I've used them a lot. A raw egg is it's a really good health booster for your day. And smoothies are a great way. If you can't eat your vegetables, drink them. That's what I always say, right? Because drink them and put them in. I put kale in. With my kids' stuff. Now they're fine with it. Now they're like, I want a smoothie with kale, and because we've just done it enough, and they've watched me do it.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't pressure them to do it.
And that's exactly what Jannette said.
Yeah.
So
I'll never
smart.
forget the day that my youngest son, is the pickiest of eaters, of the two boys, not of any kid out there, but I made kale chips. And kale chips don't look...
I love kale chips.
I love them too, but they don't really look good. No. If you're a picky kid eater, like, you're not going to look at kale chips and go, yum!
Yeah. So attractive.
He came in, and he had... we were really working on getting him eating more and more foods, and I had the tray out, and it just came out of the oven, and he took them, and he...
Just started eating them.
Just started eating them. He said, oh, these are good.
They're good.
And then I said, could you put that on video?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was really stunning. It was no prompting from me. It was just, he just came in and did it. And this is gradually adding things in, not making a big deal out of it, not making this pressured, you need to eat healthier. And it was really just a gradual thing. I think that's the big thing, in my opinion, and I think Jannette said it too, it's not about taking away and telling people they can't have. It's just about adding more and more good things. The more good things you add in, the less you want the other things.
Right. And she had such a great story about one of the women that she coached, who'd been having trouble for years and years and not feeling well or whatever, and she introduced her to eating seasonally. Yeah. That was really, it sounded like the only change that she made was go to the grocery store or go to your local farm and eat what's in season, and her body really responded so favorably to that. I thought that was an amazing...
That's very cool.
Really, I love that idea.
I've always loved that too, because it also just makes you in tune. You're just kind of in tune with the seasons of the earth, and your body. Your body in the wintertime, you kind of want to hunker down, and you kind of go inside, right?
Hibernate a little.
Root vegetables are getting to the root. It's all underneath. Really, there's energy
so
there
cool.
that goes with the season and where you spiritually, psychically want to be.
Right.
And then the other thing that she mentioned too was having your kids help you make the food, and they're more inclined. And I'll speak from experience. So I was a very, very picky eater growing up, and I'm still a little bit of a picky eater as an adult.
Yeah. She is.
Gotta say.
Just saying. But I've expanded my horizons tremendously. But one of the things, I grew up, I ate a lot of green beans, so that was my green vegetable, and I would have salads, but that was about it, and green stuff. So I ate those a lot,
Good. Yeah.
And then when I went to college, my violin teacher invited all of her violin students over to her house for dinner one time, and she gave us all jobs, and my job was to cut up the broccoli.
Yeah.
And I'd never cut up broccoli before. In fact, I'd never even eaten broccoli before because I had no interest in eating broccoli.
Yeah.
But because I made it, I tried it, and I realized, this isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, speaking from experience, get your kids involved in making more
preparation.
and they'll be more inclined to try it.
Absolutely.
I love that.
So that was good.
Well, our time is up.
Yes, it is.
But anyway, we had a fun talk, and hope you enjoyed this episode as well. We would love to know what your ideas are. Tell us how you get your kids to eat healthier, what things work best for you to add healthy food into your diet. And thanks for listening, and thanks for viewing. Please go to iTunes, subscribe and give us a rating. We would so appreciate that. And share this with your friends and family. We have more episodes like this one and the one with Jannette. Many great guests for you to be able to get closer to the life that you really want.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Mighty Married Moms. Tune in twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays to meet fascinating and inspiring guests who will help you create the life you've always wanted.
You can find these episodes and special gifts just for you at mightymarriedmoms.com, as well as a link to our Facebook community,
where we continue the conversation around the kitchen table. Please also help share the love by leaving a review on iTunes. We'll see you next time.